Breaking news, a fire destroys a home in Richmond's north side. We're live at the scene with the latest details from firefighters.
Plus, no snow here in downtown Richmond, but your morning commute will be a sloppy one. We have complete coverage of the weather for you, how it could affect your drive-in.
Working for you. This is CBS 6 Early Morning.
Just after 5:30 on this March 14th. I'm Rob Cardwell.
And I'm Reba Hollingsworth. Thanks for joining us. It is a busy morning.
Sure is. The winter storm we've been talking about now moving through the East Coast. You can see the snow coming down fast here in New York City overnight. Some areas may see up to 2 feet of snow and winds of 60 miles per hour. But yeah, we're really lucky here. We dodged the worst of it. We do still have a lot of rain to deal with. Kristen will have a check on the roads for you in just a moment. And Claudia is at the airport telling you about how the weather is affecting flights in and out of RIC.
Yeah, first let's get a check on our forecast. Tom is in the Backyard Weather Center, but first we start with Nikki D. She's in the studio. Hi, Nikki D.
Hey, good morning. You know what? I drawed the best of those two straws, but we're so thankful Tom is out there with us. I'm so glad, Tom, you're not blowing away, but you can tell just by looking over that fountain that we are dealing with some high winds and, of course, some of that sleet beginning to fall.
Yeah, finally, all morning it's been raining. As I walk out here, you hear the roar of the wind. I think that'll be the story as we go to the afternoon hours. Back to you guys.
Wow.
All right, thanks for the update, and we're going to be staying on top of the track of that storm. We're also keeping an eye on how the weather is affecting schools this morning. This is our updated school closing map. Right now, Hanover, Louisa, and Lunenburg County schools are on a 2-hour delay. Caroline, Spotsylvania, and Orange County schools are closed. And you can see a complete list of closures and delays scrolling on the bottom of your screen. We want to let you know that Dr. Dana Bedden at RPS, Richmond Public Schools, says they are on a normal schedule this morning. He just tweeted that out.
Hey, a number of people are waking up without power on this very cold morning. About 6,600 people in Metro Richmond are without electricity right now because of the weather. A majority of those outages, almost 4,000, are in Richmond. Most are along Midlothian Turnpike due to a transformer fire. And even though it's early, this weather is already causing some major traffic trouble.
We've had major problems all morning, Rob and Reba. It's just going to be messy out there. Reba, I'm still seeing green on the screen, so it looks like the main travel lanes are open, but you will notice right shoulder activity. Over to you.
All right, thanks, Kristen. We're continuing to follow breaking news from Richmond. Fire crews have been battling the rain and cold temperatures while all trying to put out a 2-alarm house fire.
It's got to be miserable for them. We can tell you that fire broke out just a little after 2 o'clock this morning off of Rose Avenue, just off of North Avenue. CBS 6's Brendan King was one of the first on the scene and joins us live with an update.
Right now, firefighters are still putting out hot spots right behind me here until investigators will be out here on Rose Avenue later this morning to determine the cause. Again, this after this 2-alarm fire here on the north side. Robin, Reba?
At this point, we don't know if it was accidental or arson or if perhaps there was a homeless person in there maybe trying to start a fire, but we're going to stay on top of this and let you know what we find out. Thanks, Brendan.
You can stay up to date on Brendan's story this morning and all the other news we're following on our Breaking News app. Just go to your smartphone's app store and search CBS 6. Snow is falling to our north right now in New York City. More than 1,600 plows are ready to keep the streets clear. More than a foot of snow is expected there. But with blizzard warnings issued across the Northeast, leaders are warning everyone just to stay inside. They expect the winds could get up to 60 miles per hour and expect a lot of people to lose power during the storm. Several states, including Virginia, are under states of emergencies right now as the storm passes through. Wow. Because of the snow to our north, thousands of flights are canceled all along the East Coast today.
Yeah, and that does include some flights in and out of Richmond. Claudia Rupsich is live at RIC right now to tell us how many flights there are affected.
We'll get an update from the spokesperson later on from RIC. For now, working for you at Richmond International Airport, I'm Claudia Rupsich for CBS 6 News.
Yeah, just planning ahead can save you a trip, I think, to the airport. All right.
Well, it is very wet out there, and Nikki D, man, just a few degrees can make a big difference.
Oh my goodness, it sure can. And of course, the higher you go in the atmosphere, the colder it is. They stay with us all day. They will continue to be an issue today and overnight. We're going to pinpoint all of that for you, making sure everyone continues to stay safe and that you're watching out for that blow and debris. We'll be back after this.
Congressman is in critical condition this morning after this shooting at a charity baseball practice. We have complete coverage of what happened and what we're learning about the shooter.
Play this baseball game and we go home, then they win.
Congress refuses to back down. Tonight's charity baseball game will go on as planned. How both teams will be honoring the victims.
And reports of a possible radioactive dirty bomb in South Carolina. The precautions federal officials had to take.
Working for you. This is CBS 6 Early Morning.
5 o'clock on this June 15th. I'm Rob Cardwell.
And I'm Reba Hollingsworth. As you can see right there, we have a lot going on this morning. Kristen will have a check on the roads for us coming up in just a few minutes. And Tom, he's back again for Nikki D.
That's right.
You're making it day four. Day four. You've done it.
You're
Yes,
doing
thank
it.
you. I got one more, yo.
We call this Little Friday, so you're almost there.
You're
I'll go
almost
with the
there.
Little Friday concept, yes. All right, let's talk about the weather today. How about that?
Okay.
All right, so some showers and storms as we go into the midday and afternoon hours. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Tom. Shots fired as GOP congressmen practice for a charity baseball game. 5 people, including the House's majority whip, injured in the shooting. That Congressman Steve Scalise is in critical condition this morning, and the shooter is dead.
We have complete coverage of the shooting for you. Our Brendan King is live at the Virginia State Capitol with what we know about the investigation so far and how Capitol Police here in Richmond are reacting. Brendan.
Yeah, just like the U.S. Capitol Police, and this investigation continues this morning. Rob, Reba.
All right, thanks, Brendan.
Well, police are identifying the shooter as 66-year-old James Hodgkinson of Belleville, Illinois. As they investigate the shooting, they're taking a look at what he was posting on social media. Hodgkinson was from Illinois, but he had been living in the Alexandria area since March and was actually living out of his van for the past few weeks. We also know his Facebook was full of pro-Bernie Sanders and anti-Trump posts, and he may have helped with the Sanders campaign. Senator Sanders himself condemned Hodgkinson's actions, calling the shooting despicable. Here's Hodgkinson being interviewed in 2012 during an Occupy protest.
Are getting pushed around, and the 1% are just not giving a damn. So we got to speak up for the whole country.
Police in Illinois will continue searching Hodgkinson's home this morning. Well, the charity baseball game the Republican lawmakers were practicing for is still set for tonight.
Yeah, both teams will honor Congressman Scalise and the other victims at tonight's game at the Nationals Park. Our Chelsea Rarick is here now with the game's 100-year history and the good work they do every year. Chelsea.
Well, good morning, Reba. Tonight's game will go on as planned. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll tell you how many times Democrats have won and how many times for Republicans. Working for you this morning, I'm Chelsea Rarick for CBS 6 News. Guys.
All right, very interesting. Well, we will have complete coverage of the shooting in Alexandria all day today and up-to-the-minute updates on our CBS 6 app. Henrico graduations continue today at the Siegel Center. Today, Highland Springs, Verona, and Henrico High School graduations start at 11, 3, and 7, so you may want to avoid the VCU area around those times. Henrico School says they will also be live streaming all of their graduations on their website. And the Altria Theater, just a few blocks away, students from the Franklin Military Academy and Open High School will also be graduating today at 1:30 and 5:30 p.m. Richmond schools will also be live streaming their graduations as well.
Congratulations to all the graduates. Hi, Kristen.
Hey, good morning, guys. Unfortunately, we're starting off this time of the morning with 2 problems on the board. So, Rob, Reba?
Oh, I hate to see all those red
I
lights.
know,
Rita.
right? All right, thanks, Kristen. Well, camping out for free chicken. Right now, 100 people are waiting in line outside the new Chick-fil-A. Can you believe this?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is opening a new restaurant at Broad and Staples Mill. That's right across from their old one at Willow Lawn. Of course, whenever a Chick-fil-A opens, usually a new store, the first 100 people through the door get a year's supply of chicken sandwiches. So these people started lining up around this time yesterday. Some telling us they camped out 9 times before for free food. We're told the restaurant will start letting people in around 5:45 this morning.
Yeah, we're going to do a drive-by and see if Raymond Hawks is out there, because you know Raymond loves
Oh, yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
he loves those waffle fries, man.
He does.
Yeah, chicken, new Star Wars movies, and new Apple products. People will do anything.
Line up for miles.
Yes,
For
you're
miles,
right.
days ahead of time, in the low to mid 80s. And Rob and Reba, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tom. A manhunt for 2 escaped inmates expanding. Officials say these 2 murdered guards on a prison bus stole a car and ran off, while local, state, and federal authorities say they're afraid these 2 may be able to get even further than before.
Hey, planning your summer getaway? An airline is giving you more options on when you can fly out of Richmond and your destination of choice. Breaking overnight in D.C., 2 officers shot. The latest on their conditions this morning and what happened with the suspect.
Deputies arrest a student making threats against multiple schools here in Central Virginia. What they say that student did and the increased security today to keep kids safe.
And you are looking live. Richmond Community Hospital is without power right now. The outage that was caused by an accident on 9 Mile Road. We have complete coverage for you. The latest in the hospital's emergency plan, plus how to get around that street closure.
Working for you. This is CBS 6 Early Morning.
It is a busy Friday morning. Thanks for joining us on this February 24th. I'm Rob Cardwell.
And I'm Reba Hollingsworth. We have a lot to get to this morning. Like Rob said, Kristen's going to have a check on the roads for us in a few minutes. But first, Nikki D, some nice weather today.
Oh my goodness. Yesterday, we broke record highs all across the East Coast.
Wow.
Right here in Richmond, 75 degrees. Today, even warmer. Are you ready for that? It's so incredibly nice out there. Here's what's going on temperature-wise. I'll have those details, Rob and Reba, coming up.
All right, thank you, Nikki D. Right now, we have breaking news out of our nation's capital where 2 police officers have been shot. They were conscious when taken to the hospital, and the good news is their injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. The shooting happened late last night in Northeast D.C. The suspect was also shot and taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Again, this is breaking news in D.C. We'll stay on top of this story as we learn more this morning. Breaking right now, Richmond Community Hospital just got their power back on a few moments ago, and they're moving patients.
Yeah, and it's all due to an accident on 9 Mile Road knocking out power and shutting down the street. We have complete coverage this morning. Kristen has the detours you'll need to get around the scene.
But first, Brendan King is live on 9 Mile Road. Good morning, Brendan.
Good morning, Rob and Reba. Go to another hospital because the Richmond Community Hospital, again, is not accepting patients at this time. Let's send it back to Kristen and the traffic center with how you can get around the crash.
Thanks, Brendan. So you can see those flashing lights behind Brendan. Portion of that roadway will be shut down. This is where the accident was reported. What bridge? You can see smooth sailing, so interstates are in good shape. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Kristen. Breaking now, parents and students will see an increased police presence when they head to school at 2 area schools this morning.
Investigators say it's in response to what they're calling a credible threat. CBS 6's Chelsea Wyrick is live in New Kent County with what deputies are telling us about the threats and the person now under arrest. Chelsea.
Well, good morning, Reba. The New Kent County Sheriff's Office was made aware. Chelsea Wyrick, CBS 6 News.
Good to be safe.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Chelsea.
Thanks, Chelsea.
A woman who police say stabbed a 68-year-old professor inside his office now faces a felony charge this morning. Police say 24-year-old Brittany Burfield attacked a professor yesterday at J. Sergeant Reynolds with a box cutter. A spokesperson for the school cannot confirm the suspect is a former student and also declined to release the professor's name, but did say he has been with the school for 40 years. Former students told CBS 6 they know the professor involved, but we're not naming him until officials do. Sarah Jett says she took classes with the professor in 2012 and describes him as charming, charismatic, and relatable.
As always, here's my office hours. If you need me, come to me, let me know, send me an email, reply to emails really quickly.
Police have not released a motive yet and say the professor's injuries are non-life-threatening. Today, both chambers of the General Assembly are expected to vote on a recently agreed upon budget compromise. Under the deal, teachers and college faculty could get a 2% raise. That will come on top of the 3% raise the House and Senate had restored for state employees in their versions of the budget. During his monthly radio show yesterday morning, the governor told us he's pleased with the details of the spending plan.
The good news for Virginians, our economy is getting stronger, and it's a structurally balanced budget, fiscally prudent, so I'm very happy.
Both the House and the Senate are expected to vote on the final budget sometime today.
Well, today is the last day Henrico County Schools will be taking applications to participate in their big hiring event this weekend. Henrico Schools is looking for new teachers, librarians, psychologists, social workers, and nurses to start working the next school year. School leaders will be at Glen Allen High School tomorrow morning from 9:30 to 12:30 for that hiring event. Of course, they asked everyone to register ahead of time.
Today marks 1 year since the deadly tornado outbreak that killed 4 people in Virginia and injured dozens of others.
A scary time. The communities of Waverly, Tappahannock, Appomattox were particularly hit hard. You remember this video? Many other spots around the state also suffered significant damage, and shortly after the wind stopped, the community instantly poured into the affected areas to help clean up.
Starting on CBS 6 News at 5, our Jake Burns, Shelby Brown, and meteorologist Zach Daniel will have live reports as we check on the communities that are still working to recover.
All right, let's get an update on our forecast right now. Good morning, Nikki D.
Good morning, and I know the timing is not ideal when it comes to potential severe weather headed our way tomorrow from just 365 short days ago. We'll continue to keep you safe and informed. Rob, Reba.
All right, thanks, Nikki D. Caught on camera, a massive ball of fire after a gas line explosion. And it put several people in the hospital. The small thing that firefighters think caused that huge explosion.
Scary moment on a flight as part of its landing gear collapses just as it's touching down. If anyone was injured during this bumpy landing.